Anna Mani, the weather woman of India, who built 100-plus instruments.
To say Anna Mani found 100-plus instruments for India is modest. She actually designed, engineered, and manufactured them. Anna Mani was a pioneering Indian physicist and meteorologist who played a monumental role in making India self-reliant in weather forecasting. Following India's independence in 1947, the country was heavily dependent on imported and expensive meteorological instruments from the West. Anna Mani decided to change that.
When you hear that Anna Mani found or developed 100-plus instruments for India, it refers to her monumental work in instrumentation. In the 1950s, newly independent India relied heavily on importing meteorological instruments, like barometers and wind gauges, from Britain. Anna Mani, who was then the Deputy Director General of the Indian Meteorological Department, IMD, refused to accept this dependency. She didn't just find these instruments. She reverse-engineered, standardized, and oversaw the local manufacturing of over 100 different weather instruments. Under her leadership, India began producing its own radiosondes, instruments sent into the atmosphere via balloons to measure humidity, temperature, and pressure. This single-handedly freed India from foreign reliance in meteorology and laid the foundation for the country's modern weather observation systems. She read every book in her local library by age 12. Born in 1918 in Piramade, Kerala, Anna Mani was a voracious reader. By the time she was 12 years old, she had read almost every single book in her local public library. Her insatiable appetite for knowledge set the stage for her scientific career. She chose science over a traditional life. Coming from a wealthy family, it was expected that she would marry and settle down. However, Mani was deeply inspired by the Swadeshi, self-reliance movement. She chose to pursue physics, earning a scholarship to study at Presidency College in Madras, now Chennai, and later at Imperial College London. She worked under a Nobel laureate, but missed out on the prize. Before switching to meteorology, Mani studied spectroscopy under the legendary physicist Sir C.V. Raman. She spent 5 years researching the optical properties of diamonds and rubies, publishing 5 highly regarded papers. However, because she did not have a formal master's degree, she only had a BSc honors, she was denied a PhD. Ironically, C.V. Raman won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930, partly based on the research direction Mani was working on, but she received no formal credit. She was a pioneer of solar energy and wind power. Long before green energy was a global trend, Anna Mani saw India's potential. In the 1950s, she set up a network of solar radiation monitoring stations across India to measure the country's solar energy potential. She also established a wind speed measuring network to map out where wind energy could be harvested. Her early data is still used by India's renewable energy sector today. She was the first woman to join the Raman Research Institute. After her retirement from the IMD in 1976, she returned to her first love, physics. She joined the Raman Research Institute in Bangalore as a visiting professor, becoming the first woman to do so. There, she set up a specialized unit to study atmospheric electricity. She didn't let a stroke stop her work. In 1994, Mani suffered a severe stroke that left her largely bedridden. Despite her physical limitations, she continued to read, write, and mentor younger scientists from her bed until she passed away in 2001 at the age of 82. Google celebrated her 104th birthday. On August 23, 2022, Google honored Anna Mani with a special Google Doodle to celebrate her 104th birthday, bringing her incredible, often overlooked legacy to the attention of millions of people around the world.